welcome to the Freedom to Speak Easy podcast, where there is no prohibition on the First Amendment. With me always, Mark Rizzoli, Anthony D'Amarin, and there's it looks like there is just a complete disaster going down at the southern border, Mark, and it goes from worst to even. I don't know. It's worst to worst. I mean, it is incredible. His number one job as the president is supposed to keep us safe. I don't know how he's doing that. How can he make the case for doing that?
Well, listen, Joe Biden needs to be impeached. I mean, he's clearly failing to defend his country. I mean, it's an invasion on our southern border. I mean, you
Absolutely.
have the illegals there. They're invading this country, and there's nothing being done about it. He's ordered the agents down on the border to allow them in. I mean, they're issuing asylum court dates 2035, which means they're not.
See you later.
There's no
See you
court
later.
dates. Does
Yeah, see
anybody
you later.
really think that
Yeah.
people entering this country illegally is going to show up for court in the year 2035?
Unbelievable.
In the meantime, you had the lockdowns. You had children being kept out of school because of COVID. And now you have all these people coming to the country.
Right.
But yet you want to mandate vaccines on American citizens.
Right.
But you're allowing all these illegal aliens to come into the country they're not vaccinated.
We're so fast to push it.
And not just only that. You know what? Let them stay in their own country. Let them clean their own country. They're just here
Right.
for a handout.
Right, exactly.
I mean, especially here, we're in an area where New York City is a sanctuary city, New Jersey is a sanctuary state. I mean, the taxpayers are paying this bill. Here in New Jersey, Phil Murphy, obviously we're a sanctuary state. He's paying for illegals to go to Rutgers for free, while American students that here in New Jersey, American citizens don't have that offer to them.
Speaking of which, they're not rocket scientists that are coming aboard over the border. They're not doctors, lawyers. They're not astrophysicists. We're not getting the best of this down there in the southern border. So, with that being said, they're such in a rush to put needles in our kids' arms. Okay, they're such in a rush to do that. Almost force it down there in their arms. Okay, and then you come back and you look at what's going on here in Jersey, Mark. I mean, how is this going to impact our schools? How is this going to impact our neighborhoods?
Listen,
they're coming here.
So first off, here's the problem in New Jersey right now. Phil Murphy and the one-party rule, which is one-party rule, the radical Democrats in Trenton, they have incentivized illegal behavior, meaning that by making New Jersey a sanctuary state, you are incentivizing the violation of federal immigration law.
Right.
Which I just want to remind people, immigration law, it's in place to protect the American workforce.
Right, exactly.
The people coming into this country illegally are driving down wages.
Right, they are.
I saw an interview this morning where illegals were complaining they couldn't find work in New York City, so they went to Chicago.
Right.
Well, go back to your own country. You don't come here and you want to complain because you can't find a job now.
It hurt.
It's unbelievable. It really is.
It hurts. You know what it hurts? It hurts the minority worker.
It hurts everyone.
Well, it does. Well, I mean, listen. All these jobs, but it directly affects them. They complete. The same people that are hey, we got to work. We're for the middle class. We're for this. It's destroying the middle class. It's destroying those under the middle class. Okay, I don't even like putting ourselves into class systems, but let's just play. Let's just play. Use their words.
Listen, the blue collar taxpayer is the one paying for all this.
Right.
I mean, there's nothing free. I mean, look at Phil Murphy. He's actually using CARES money, COVID money, to pay for things for illegals.
Right.
In the meantime, there was no hurry to use that money to get our schools reopened, to get kids back in instead of keeping them isolated.
So true.
Okay, and there was a thing called 9/11, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you think no terrorists are sneaking in with these people? The 9/11 Commission, okay, which I read, which is really boring. It really spells it out, really. It's in black and white, okay? New Jersey here is now giving driver's license to people in this country illegally, as you know, okay? In the terrorist training camp, according to the 9/11 Commission, the number one priority for a terrorist is to acquire some type of ID in the United States, because they discouraged terrorists who sneak into this country traveling from state to state using their passport, because it raises a red flag.
Right.
So here in New Jersey, which we're in the number one targeted area for terrorism, Phil Murphy is basically making it easy for them, because it's like once you get a library card, credit card, driver's license,
that's all you need.
It validates your existence here.
You have your points.
You're here legitimately.
Right. You have your backup IDs. That's what you do.
So,
yeah.
Well, I laugh when people say you're a xenophobe, you're this phobe, you're racist and that because you do. No. The fact of the matter is, Phil Murphy and the Radicals Democratic policy for this illegal immigration, for incentivizing that, is hurting the American citizen on
Right.
every level,
Right.
and is also a threat to national security.
They hate this country. Let's
You
be
know?
honest. They're American phobe. That's what they are. That's what they all are.
It's identity politics
It is.
to the T,
Right.
and they're trying to pit everyone who opposes it
Right.
with legitimate facts,
Right.
right? The only way tells you what you need to know, they need to respond by calling you a xenophobe or a racist because they have no facts to back up. The number one responsibility for elected official is to keep this country safe. The president, national security,
Right.
which he fails on. Joe Biden should be impeached for this.
Right.
The border is a disgrace. We are being invaded. Okay,
Absolutely.
let's make that very clear.
Well, he's waving, he's encouraging it. The rhetoric in the White House press corps, they're encourage that behavior. And this is not even, he should be impeached. We're not even talking about all the bribes that he's now, as a matter of fact, he's been taking from China and our enemies.
No, if you
enemies.
recall now, when Cory Booker, I call him Cory the Coyote because he was down on the border when he was.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember
walking illegals across the border. He's a U.S. senator violating federal immigration law.
Unbelievable.
Then remember he was tweeting out.
Unbelievable.
Warning
Yep,
them when
I
they're
do.
coming to arrest them and send everybody back here in New Jersey. It's ridiculous. And then they ordered local law enforcement agencies not to cooperate with ICE.
Right.
Okay, so let's put more people in danger because they're sending their criminals here. It's very well reported now that they're getting people with a lot of gang tattoos coming in from all different countries.
Well, listen, we don't know if, for those of you that have kids in schools and part of these people are coming here without a doubt. We don't know where they came from. We don't know their history, vaccinations, all of this stuff. We don't know anything about that. Then on top of that, you have a massive. The cartel right now, from my understanding, from everything I read, the cartel is doing business now with people. You had the terrorists from Afghanistan, ISIS and stuff we know that we're in cabal with the Mexican cartel.
Not only that, the Mexican cartel is putting colored wristbands on people.
Right.
And it identifies how much money they owe.
It's unbelievable.
Back. But those young girls coming here, they're basically sex slaves for
they're sex trafficking.
8 to 12 years.
Yep.
Okay, not to mention all the sexual assault, and all the other crap. Then we get into all the fentanyl being snuck into this country, which the chemicals are going from China to the Mexican cartels. Right. In the meantime, you got our U.S. Senator Menendez claiming that. Oh, we shouldn't designate them terrorist organizations. Excuse me. They're using chemical warfare on our people. Okay? Because that's what fentanyl is.
And fentanyl is not coming. It's not in heroin, just in heroin anymore.
No, it's
in everything now.
Yes.
All right. During Halloween time, they were putting it in kids' candy. Okay. I mean, enough's enough here. Secure that damn southern border. Okay. Throw everybody that's not supposed to be here out. Now, what they're going to do is they're going to want to give amnesty to all these. Another round of amnesty. Listen, at the end of the day, you and I or everybody's paying for this. Okay. We don't know where they came. We don't know where these people, what they have, what they don't have in terms of diseases and stuff.
Well, right now, the way the economy is, when Americans are struggling to get by, why should we be paying for these people? You have
Americans,
Murphy, you got Joe Biden incentivizing, the violation of federal immigration law. Why should we pay the bill?
You have Americans here, who are struggling, and he's worried about the non-Americans.
Right. They drove up the cost of gas, drove up the cost of all types of energy, right? And now food bill. I mean, who's helping? A senior citizen now has to make a choice between medication, eating, and their energy bill. So that's what's going on here. But yet y'all have the mainstream media trying to cover that up right now because they're so wrapped up with the Democratic ideology of their identity politics.
It's all it is.
And that's all that matters, right?
But here's real life. You have senior citizens, as you said it, that are on fixed incomes who can't afford to live here anymore. They really, honestly, can't afford to live here. And
not here in New Jersey.
No, that's what I'm saying. Not here in Jersey. Okay, now you have children who are being forced. Universities have people forcing, demanding these vaccines on people. Where are they right now with all the people down at the southern border? They don't say you don't say a damn word. It's all politics. It's disgusting. It's destroying our country. It's destroying our neighborhoods, destroying our school systems, and that's what it is. And it's just
it's not the school system's already been transitioned out of where it's to educate. Now it's all about their ideology, their propaganda. All that DEI, CRT.
Well, the children that are on the southern border, they're going to have to go to school. So that's what I'm saying. Like they're going to enter the public school system.
Yeah,
we don't know who they are.
Just they're going to enter a school system, and you don't know where they're from, who their parents are. What they obviously definitely weren't vaccinated.
Right.
In the meantime, here in New Jersey, New Jersey Department of Health is proposing a change to several codes, which includes immunization of children. Now, proposed changes to the immunization of pupils in school is under New Jersey AC 8:57-4 as follows. Immunization requirements specified in the subchapter with the current ACIP recommendations based on the current ACIP schedule. The revision will immediately add COVID, influenza, and the HPV vaccines as requirements for school attendance. Okay. So, utilizing the New Jersey Department of Health's request for the medical exemption for mandatory immunization form to file all medical exemptions, they will remove the doctor-patient relationship and control the medical exemption process. This is how it all started in California.
Right.
So, I'm going through this now. This also includes higher education, which is under NJAC 8:57-6. Add the new vaccine requirements in accordance with ACIP recommendations as a condition of attendance to comply with. Okay. Now this can potentially drive up these religious exemptions now, which will give them another reason to address it. Okay.
Right.
So it's just never ending. And here, while we want to force all these vaccines on our children, people are pouring over the border now.
Right. And listen, you're in our economy's suffering a mess. I don't know this idea that we're all of a sudden entering a recession. We've been in a recession now for 2 years, so that idea is crazy. But we have a terrible economy. We have massive amounts of debt in this country that can't be paid. Okay, future generations are going to be in big time trouble. Okay, you have banks failing, and they want to take on all these people now who don't have. Like I said, they're not doctors and lawyers. They're going to go on the government dole.
Well, who's going to accept responsibility when there's a terrorist attack? Terrorists are sneaking in with these people.
It's sad.
Who's going to
We're
accept
vulnerable right
responsibility
now.
for that?
We are vulnerable.
Does anybody out there think Joe Biden's doing a good job?
Nah.
Well, we know, Phil Murphy. Listen, we know the Middlesex County Democratic Organization supports Phil Murphy and all these radical policies. Okay? You have, Speaker Craig Coughlin who looks the other way. Senate President Nick Scuteri looks the other way. Yep. You have local Senator Joe Vitale who's up for re-election. He wants a vaccine. He wants to vaccinate your child.
What's he feel about that? I'd love to know his thoughts on this.
You have a guy who makes lawn signs telling everybody, giving everybody medical advice.
I know.
It's just unbelievable.
Hey, it's incredible. But hey, this is what it is.
Everybody needs to wake up. Listen, all the protests in the world, standing on the side of highways with flags, or road. You got to get out and vote.
You got to get out and vote.
That's what they're going to understand. You have to vote these people out of office.
And remember one thing: the 9/11 terrorists entered through the front door. All right, they entered through the front door. They were here legally on visas.
Well, and we've had terrorist attacks since then.
Oh yeah, we have. No, we have.
Here in New Jersey too. Everybody forgets about the marathon down
That's
at the
right.
side, and
That's right.
And he also did did another bombing in Manhattan.
That's right.
And we've had we had an incident. We had a terrorist attack in Jersey City. So
that's right. Jersey City. Yep.
Yeah, when the Jewish store was attacked and the detective was executed. So we've had terrorist attacks, but yet Phil Murphy puts his political radical ideology before public safety and national security.
I'd love to know how many of these people were down in the southern border we're going to end up getting here in Jersey.
Well, here's the thing,
you won't even know.
Murphy lives behind a wall. Invite them into his compound.
Absolutely.
Let them set up a tent city in his yard.
Well, listen, we'll stay on this one. I don't know what to say. These are devastating policies. These are devastating to the economy, to our healthcare system, to our, like I said, to our education system. Okay, and into this public safety concerns. And that's our number one job. Just the number one job is public safety.
Well, why do you think car insurance went up?
Absolutely.
Okay, you're giving illegals a driver's license. What do you think was going to happen?
Well. Okay. Well, folks, we're going to stay on top of this one, obviously, and hey, nothing's going to get by us here. So until that, we're going to do last call here first, and we get up to a minute each, Mark. And what's on your mind for last call today?
Yeah, and we're going to do follow-ups, but